So, hey guys, today I'm going to be going over some vinyl records that I got, doing a little vinyl update, updating my vinyls and whatnot. So, the first album that I stuttered too much, damn. The first album that I ever got was by probably my favorite band, Godspeed You, Black Emperor. And that album was Lift Your Skinny Fists Like Antennas to Heaven. Here's the backside. It is a really good album. Probably my favorite. It has some words in the back. It's in French, so I don't know how to read that. It has two records. It is a gatefold. So it has the tracks, and it's got the records in there with some pretty unique album art. Let me see if I can get it out here. There's this, which is kind of creepy, to be honest. Oh, the camera's not in focus. So yeah, there's that. There's one more. Which is this. And that on the other side. Some other stuff on there. Now, albums like these, you either love them or you hate them. And by hate them, you mean you curse every indie rock music fan on the planet and think they're all Anthony Fantano fanboys and whatnot. Which, I mean, they're not wrong, but still. Next album. Alright, so the next album here is my most recent addition. Godspeed You, Black Emperor, F sharp, A sharp, Infinity. This is actually the first Godspeed record that I listened to. Well, not record, but album. It's got a sticker there on the front. Let's see if I can get out of the case. There we go. Set that aside. It's got the water tower picture. And it's got Godspeed You, Black Emperor, F sharp, A sharp, Infinity. Not much in the back except for that wonky little thing. And it's got some pretty unique inserts. Let me see if I can get them all out. Alright, so this is everything that is inside the record. We have this, which is a little drawing of a train. And then we have this envelope here. And inside that is a penny. And it's actually an American penny, or it seems to be. It's really hard to tell. Originally, with the original 1997 version, they were Canadian pennies, but they were discontinued in 2012, and they're kind of hard to come by anymore in Canada. These faulty schematics of a ruined machine. Don't really know what that is. Seems to be some sort of poster or something. And that little thing. Some credits in the back. Alright, let me put this all back in and get to the next one. This vinyl version is kind of strange because it differs greatly from the regular studio version. A lot of the songs are, kind of changed around and different. I'd say it's pretty interesting. And I kind of even like it better than the studio version. Alright. Next album, we have Rays of Darkness by the Japanese band Mono. It's got some pretty trippy album art. Not really much in the back, just a track list. This is Rays of Darkness. The record itself in a sleeve. Not this. A little insert for the record label, which is actually the same one that does the Explosions in the Sky is signed under the same label. We also have a little MP3 download, but I'm not going to show that. I'm not going to show the code. And yeah, that's about it for this album. I saw this album in my local record store and decided to have a little listen, and it was pretty good. Um, that's it. There's not really much else to say. It's just good, decent album. The next album that I have is actually something other than the post indie rock that I so love. We have Kids See Ghosts by Kids See Ghosts, which is actually just Kanye West and Kid Cudi. But there's a little track list in the back, and the record inside in a plastic sleeve. No inserts. It's a pretty good pop album. I liked it. Pretty good. Not really much else to say. Just yet again another decent album. Now Kanye West has gone forward and started making gospel music. So I mean, we'll see how that all turns out. But I don't think much rap albums can compare to this. Although there's many other good ones, but there's also some bad ones. But this one's a good one. All right, next up we have "You Won't Get What You Want" by the band Daughters. Now it's got some pretty freaky album art. Pretty freaky, right up there with some other album covers such as "Filth" by Swans, which scares the absolute crap out of me, and some other scary album covers. I would say there was this one album cover by "Set Fire to Flames," which was pretty creepy. I forgot the name of the album though. I think it was like "Mouth Traps and Static" or something. Here's the back. "You Won't Get What You Want" is a gatefold. There's a track list here in the bottom. And the vinyls here, London Fog Color. And there's like lyrics there. Yeah, I've only listened to the first 10 minutes of the album so far because I haven't really had time to watch the rest of it. And I mean, many people like this album, but I listened to the first 10 minutes. So far, I don't really like it. I thought I was gonna like it, but I kind of don't so far. But I still have the rest of the album to listen to, so who knows? Maybe I'll change my opinion. And last, but certainly not least, it is the biggest little thing that I own pertaining to records, other than my turntable. I actually did an unboxing of this last video. This is the box set for Swans Soundtracks for the Blind. I already showed the inserts in the unboxing video, although pretty haphazardly, as I didn't really get it all in frame. But really long album, but it's also pretty good. This kind of album was one of a kind for Swans, really. Really post-rock inspired. I loved it very much. A lot of field recordings and synths and guitar. Well, obviously, but yeah, this one is it's pretty good. I would definitely recommend to listen if you have the 2.5 hours to spare. So yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching. Next week we're gonna be prank calling Sabs. See you guys.